Hey,
Welcome back to the Recoup Daily Check-in. Today is Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025. I'll start on my side. In the past 24 hours, I've been focused on a bug that exists in Recoup Chat. When you go too deep in a conversation, it seems like because we're trying to throw a hard-coded 100 messages, or maybe all the messages, we're exceeding Claude or Anthropic's token count, is my hypothesis. I've been able to recreate it by going into a chat and just telling the chat, please generate as many tokens as possible. It starts and then it doesn't complete the message. I don't know if that's correct. So my next step is I'm trying to figure out how to use Anthropic's token count. So far, Anthropic's doc page is crashing my browser, which is weird, but it's preventing me from getting the TypeScript definitions. So still working on this bug. Nothing else has been shipped. Main goal is get the chat in a stable place such that chat always responds. Implementation of that is Anthropic edge cases on max tokens when we're sending in too many messages, when conversations are too long. And then once I can get that, trying to recreate the Anthropic rate limit so we can do a DeepSeek fallback. Blockers, Anthropic SDK does not throw the best errors. So at least with the stream text, as I say that, maybe I could try chat completion, but that's not the method that we use. But maybe it might give me better insight. So I'll try using chat instead of stream, because when we stream, it's returning back a 200. But then on the front end, it's getting an error that just says an error has occurred. And so stream might be making it hard for me to get proper debugging. So I'm just muddling through the frontier of people building on LLMs and not having docs because nobody else has gotten as far yet. What's going on
nice.
on your side?
I'm excited. I shipped chat formatting, so our chats, or at least the PR that I just sent out, the chats are just much better formatted. We got bullet points, we got markdown, much easier to read. I don't know if you want to run through that real quick and see if we can merge it.
Let's do it.
It's a big one because it's a lot of markdown additions. FYI. So update, added a CSS for better markdown, and then switch some of the formatting. So the gray box, just some UI things, the little UI improvements so that the chat bubbles are correct.
Why are you using CSS instead of Tailwind?
That was the path that I was led down. Let me double check and see. Can you test though and see how it feels on your side?
Write a JavaScript block of code to do an on-chain transaction using the VM library.
Drum roll.
Code looks beautiful. Now we got a whole bunch
Oh, bug. Ask it something and see if it's still. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, one big old empty space.
Oh, this is weird.
Yeah.
How is this happening? Fun. All right, good thing we tested it.
Process text. The goal of this markdown is you should just be able to add in the plugins and it should do all the processing. Why do you need an extra process markdown function?
Um,
And also
there was an issue with sometimes the chat LLM response is not delivering correct markdown. So we added that as like an extra layer to make sure that we're pushing to markdown.
what was the reason?
There was an issue with bullet points not getting processed in the LLM responses, or if in case that like some edge cases where the LLM wasn't delivering bulleted lists, it was just delivering indented lists. So it was like an extra file to push it, but I can remove it. It's probably unnecessary. It was like a couple commits ago.
So this is converting indents to hyphens
Bullets.
for bullet points?
Yeah. So if the LLM delivers a list that is not bulleted, this converts to bullets.
If that's all it's doing, rename it to be more explicit so we know. Convert indent to bullet. So the function name is more precise. I think we also want this to be marked down,
What is that?
the user message, right? We're doing dangerously set HTML.
Yeah, good idea.
I know you didn't write this, but you're changing it so it's now getting seen. Simple conventional text, use only markdown formatting when needed for clarity. Yeah, like this looks like you're double doing it. You've created a function to convert indents to bullets, and you've updated this. Is there a reason you're doing it in both places? Is only one of them actually effective?
This one still had edge cases when the LLM was when I was testing with the LLM.
Is one of your solutions more? Does one of your solutions work while the other only works sometimes? Does one of them have a higher success rate?
Yeah, actually, I don't know. I'd have to check. I can A/B them and see which ones have a higher success and delete the unnecessary one.
Can you tell me what both of these packages are doing?
Yeah, Rehype allowed me to when Markdown contains when a Markdown is a list and there is a line break within. I'm sorry, when the Markdown is a table and within the table there's a line break. It was showing the line break word on the table. We installed this, and now there's a line break within the table of the Markdown.
Got it. So Rehype specifically for tables?
Yes.
Okay. And the other one?
And the other one was for better formatted code blocks with Markdown 10.
So what I just tested?
Yeah.
Tables and tasks list. Do we need them both? The Remark GMF says it supports tables, and it's also got more weekly downloads.
I can test. I might have installed one before the other and then kept the one. All right, cool. I can make all these edits. I'm such a fan of dog fooding this shit, man.
You've been using the app more?
Yeah, and it literally everything that every time I use it, I'm like, oh man, I wish it did this, and then I'm like, all right, let me go do that.
I agree. It's getting better. It's giving me
Yeah.
recipes. Last night I had it tell me how I was going to cook pasta and asparagus. Both of my cats just threw up all over the house. So I spent the past hour cleaning that up. And one of my cats threw up on the rug. And so I had Recoup tell me how to get the cat vomit out of the rug without leaving a stain.
Fuck yeah, now it'll do it with bullet points.
Now, whenever this gets shipped, we'll do it with bullet points. I agree. Dog fooding is making it better. But you said that you weren't able to recreate the bug. You say you've been using the app all day. Have you been going deep on a conversation, or are your conversation shallow?
They're mid. They're not deep because I've been testing with different chats like the markdown functionality, but I would say they're not shallow where it's like every single time I do a new one. So like I've done a couple longer runs. I'll try to recreate the bug and see how long it takes to get there. But my initial thought is, I mean, yeah, keep going down the path of the bug fix if you want. If you think you can fix it and you're not, and you're on a roll. The other option, you're not?
No, absolutely not. No, I'm trying to. No, I'm not on a roll. I'm muddling through darkness.
Okay, so what Anthropic does on free tiers is when you're getting to the end of your context window, it gives you a message that says, hey, the free tier has a limited amount of context window. Start a new chat or upgrade. And so taking from a playbook of that, if there is, instead of trying to fix the longer context, just saying, hey, your chat's too long, start a new one. And then maybe summarize, like similar to how Cursor summarizes. Go ahead.
So we're moving forward with the hypothesis that it is too many input tokens. That's my current hypothesis. I mean, I haven't gotten it verified. My next step to verify is to get token counts. Can you share screen and try opening chat? I'd like to see if you can recreate the bug.
Yeah. I'll just redo this.
Tell it to combine your fan information and your posts to run an analysis. Yeah, or that. Tell me a really long story and do that a few times. But oh, it's still thinking. And I don't see your message there.
Yeah, that was weird.
We're not getting nearly enough tokens. Like those aren't, we need like thousands of tokens. So do you have an artist with a lot of fans and posts? We want to trigger tools that are going to get tons of tokens, not like that's, if this is what you're talking about for deep chats, this is not in terms of number of tokens that I'm testing with. Again, like if you're not making tool calls, 200K words instead of 20, max it up by 10.
Oh. I thought Anthropic was 30,000 tokens.
It is, I'm looking right now, it's 200,000 tokens on Claude 3.7.
For the API?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Context, 200,000 tokens on Vercel's Playground.
Okay, so then we need
really long. Understand? Okay, now it's thinking, and it still hasn't replied, right?
No.
Okay, and at this point, it might have hit the error.
So it was doing this for me, though. Yeah, here we go.
Cool.
It's not even okay. What do you want me to
Please
call?
Please combine all of my fans and all of my posts to give me an analysis. because that's going to go and pull and use all the, it's going to include in the context all the rows from the database. So if you have a musician with 20,000 posts or more, that's 20,000 posts that are being thrown into the context.
This is 752 fans, so we need a bigger amount of fans.
Yeah, whoever you're
36
running is
posts.
smaller than my audience. But try just keep going. Did it run both fans and posts or only fans? Can you expand reasoning, please?
Yeah.
Whenever it finishes. Fan data, post data. How did it already get it? I don't see it. Did it run those tools earlier? Reasoning.
Let's see. Get artist fans.
Interesting. Okay. And then when did it run get artist posts? Was that in the latest? Or did it ever even run it? Fans, post data, 36. Okay, so you don't have very many posts either.
I mean, I could find another artist. Let me see.
Who's the artist that has the most data?
On this, let me see there. We're only doing Instagram's 12 posts, right? So.
And yeah, you haven't connected anybody with Twitter, and that's where I've got thousands. I think I have 2,000 posts on Twitter and then less than 100 on both Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, all of these people, I just kept it to Instagram, and we did TikTok originally, but then when I rescraped, I didn't update to TikTok. So I can go. Let me go to another account. Give me a second. Even then, the only other account. Oh, I know which one account. Okay. Let me bring this here. Let me go to Gmail. Then. Oh, doggies.
Can you hear the barking?
You have it too? Oh, I need the password. Oh, fuck. What was the password for this? One password. Where is it? This is shared. Copy. Uh-oh. Oh, where's browser? There we go. Login code for Recruit. Here it is. All right. T Grizzly should have way more. Let's go to the chat. And then this is where, so right now it's pulling everything in the database on this artist's posts and fans.
Correct.
Oh, yep. There we go. Recreated.
Okay. And now if you send any message, it shouldn't work.
We have to wait a minute for it to
No,
work again because
no,
that's
there it goes. And so now no matter what you send into here, it's not going to work. And so let me see.
When
can
does
you
the-
send me the link to, or can you send me the room ID, and then I'll start sharing and go over to Supabase.
Yeah, let me put it on. Slack.
Context 200K tokens, Claude 3.7.
What'd you say?
Context is 200K tokens on Claude 3.7.
Got it.
You can see.
Yeah. All right, so it's working now.
What's working now?
Can you see my that room?
What did you change?
I just waited. So I guess there's like a rate limit for the amount of tokens you can use at the same time. So we exceeded the 200,000, and I guess if you wait a minute, it resets.
That has not been the case.
And then I just
for
said
me.
hello. Oh, okay. So that's good. Do you see my screen?
No, I'm looking in Supabase. I took over screen share.
Oh. All right, let me know if you want me to share when you're done.
Yes, you said hello, and then you got back some text. Yep, there's a long one, over 10K. Try continuing that combo then. Simple hello. Did it give you a good response? Hello, I'm ready to share insights I've gathered. Here's a quick overview, 1,000 posts.
Yeah, that's the one that I got after
right.
the bug.
That one should.
And now I just got a bug again.
Cool.
I said, let's continue this combo, and it just removed the
Yes, see if you can proceed now. I have a feeling you've now gotten the combo into a sufficiently long state. First one, value is longer than 10,000 characters from the assistant, and then the second one is much shorter. Curious why. And you said, let's continue this combo.
Yeah, now it's doing the same thing. Where anything I say, it's just stops.
Is it before you had said your hypothesis was it's a temporary rate limit and it works after a minute? Do you still believe that hypothesis is correct?
Nope.
What new information have you received that makes you think that hypothesis is no longer valid?
Is that it's now no longer working. I mean, I can give it a minute and see. But it's going to give the context of all of the previous messages, and it includes reasoning,
exactly.
Right?
Yep, so, it includes reasoning and the message for all previous messages. Because right now we're just naively throwing all you wrote the pull request actually to add it all in there, so we're just naively putting all the messages in there, which I think was a good move to add our context. And now we're on the other side of that of, okay, now we have too much context and we need to limit it. So for your awareness, in these longer combos, we're going to be losing some of the context, and it might need to run some of the tools again. But I think this
I was gonna say, it's not even like necessarily a longer convo. It's just dependent on the tool request.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, because the long combos aren't necessarily going to hit it. But as soon as you try to use an artist with a lot of posts and a lot of fans, that's going to fill up all of your tokens quite quickly. So we could update it to remove some of this. Let me see what the longest part, like what we could filter the info that we're passing into the LLM. I mean, regardless, I think we're going to need to filter something that's going into the LLM. And so the question is, do we keep all the info as is and we just check, we filter up to 200K tokens and chuck the latest 200K tokens in? That's probably the lowest lift. Or do we do something like only include the tool response in the next message? After that, if you need it again, call a tool again and only ever use that fan and post data to directly respond to this question. And if you ever need that info again, it'll call the tools again and re-get that info.
What's the lowest lift you said?
Chop off anything after 200K tokens. Use Anthropic's SDK to calculate the number of tokens. Cut off whatever is over 200K and only include the latest 200,000 tokens.
So that we never get this and then this error, and we can figure out how to improve our context awareness later. Yeah. But this problem stops, correct?
That's my hypothesis. Again, I'm in the muddling stage. I haven't actually gotten any source of truth, but that's where I'm thinking based off of all my past 24 hours of muddling.
I agree with where your thoughts are. It's just cut off context at 200K.
My current overall goal is chat always responds with no crashing. That's like the North Star I'm shooting towards. Does that still on your side feel like a goal that is worth pursuing, or am I deviating too far from adding value to the product?
No, I think you're spot on. With chat should never not work. That just product sense 101. I think you're spot on.
Can you try sending one more message to see if it responds to you for your original hypothesis of waiting a minute?
Yeah.
Are you good on time? I know we run over.
I'm good.
I'm good for another 10.
Okay. I said say hello. It says,
I see your message.
It is responding.
It's responding now?
It is responding. It says, hello, watermelon is actually a great conversation starter because my previous message said say watermelon. Let me share my screen so you can see what I see. So I said, let's continue this convo, and it had the bug. I said, say watermelon. It had the bug. We waited I looked at the clock, it was 2:16. So we made it 3 or 4 minutes. I said, say hello. And it says, hello. Let's see what it did. She's asking me to say watermelon and hello. So it took the context of the last message and this one. I'll respond naturally while incorporating these words as requested. And then it also gives me some kind of audience composition with the data that it had previously. Yeah, that's where I'm wondering is where's the context that it's getting? What is the message that it was sent last?
From you or from the assistant?
From the assistant.
The latest message I see is the one you're looking at with text of hello, watermelon is actually a great conversation starter. It includes reasoning. The user is asking me to say watermelon and hello. It includes a signature, reasoning stated again, and then the text output, and then the content. It feels pretty redundant. Like there's the same content is stored multiple times in Supabase. And I think we're probably we could be doing more optimization, but I don't want to think too deeply on it. Where is it getting all the info?
I agree.
The original assistant message seems to be the longest one, where it says the user wants an analysis of their posts and fans. They haven't specified an artist. They haven't specified an artist ID explicitly. Oh, but based on my instructions, it has that. It's going to call them, reasoning, tool invocation, results found, 1,066 posts, and then it lists all of those posts. So the longest message was the first response from the assistant. That includes all of your posts and all of your fans stored inside of one single message.
To the LLM.
To the LLM, and then every following message should also be including that.
Let's fucking go. All right, sweets. Now, because you know what, bro? I agree. We like, I 100% agree with, I'm gonna stop sharing. I 100% agree with what you said of let's just like get it working.
Well, it's working for you.
Quick first.
Should I show you mine?
Yeah.
Because here's what I'm looking at. This is my combo. This one, yesterday, I just wanted to check in to see that it was working. I told it I'm the dev and I wanted to update today so that you always respond without failure. This was my goal to get to the Anthropic rate limit. And so I told it, please just, it's like, hey, do you want me to just process a large volume of fan data so that we can stimulate heavy computational load? I'm like, yeah, but try to give me a code snippet. It gave me a code snippet. And then afterwards, I said, you know what? Actually, go back to what you wanted, process a high amount of messages. And then I didn't get anything. Did you get stuck? It seems like you're stuck. Hello, hi. This is today, me testing again every couple minutes, more than 1 minute between them. And then I updated locally to only include the last message. And then it replied when I was throwing in the context of only doing the last message. And then I tried to get it to work again with everything and it didn't. And then I filtered it back to only give me the last 3 messages. You can see it only is getting the last 3 messages. And then I tried it a couple more times and then I went back to try saying it again. Hi, I'm with Sid, 3:24 p.m. April 2nd. And you saw it like instantly stopped.
So ask it, say hello. Yeah.
And if we go into Vercel, if we go into Vercel, I don't know if we want, do we keep diving or have we spent too much time on this bug?
I mean, I'm good. If you're good, if you want to keep going, like, I think you're on the right path. And I think that trim the tokens and then we can start to think about, look, like trim the tokens, get it working. I think perfect solution. And then the next is like optimizing how we're tool calling so that we're only calling the shit we actually need for the query and we're not hitting context bugs. But like, I think you're on the right path.
Okay, thank you. I want to find that long message. DeepSeek, reasoning. I understand you're a developer. Yada, yada, yada. Reasoning, get it in. Content. I don't think I ever got the large amount of data. This was me telling it I wanted to just check in, and then it worked. And then it gave me code. And there's the code output, which was the last real message. This one could be it, but it's not even giving me that notification like your chat was saying, hey, there's 10,000 tokens in here. And then there's all of me, role user, all of this. And then finally we got a response from it. Okay, I'll try that. Yeah, I'll try the token. And
you're saying the next step is get token count so that we can see how much tokens are being used per response. 1,000%. Okay. That, like, yeah, get the data and then we can dive in and see, okay, this one has 200,000.
Right.
yeah, here's the clear thing. So yeah, I agree. You're on the right track.
Okay. My week, I want to get this fixed. I want to make the chat stable. And then once it is, I would like to add in those tools that I've already built into the MCP server of get profile and generate image. I've already built those tools, but I have not integrated them into the app because, so get the app stable, make it so that it doesn't crash, then add in more tools. And then I'm back to green field of whatever we want to do. On your side, what's your next step?
I'm gonna fix your comments from this PR. Then I am from a Recoup chat shipping point of view, recent chat format and delete and rename. So just chat organization.
That would be great. I would love that.
Is my next. Yeah, that's my next thing. And then on the sales and biz dev side, I'm uploading knowledge bases to all accounts right now, and like the text knowledge bases, and then formatting people's accounts to show their artists once all their knowledge bases is up.
Is the knowledge bases
So
working?
going to knowledge bases are working.
Are you happy with how the implementation is looking?
We're 85% there. Like if an artist has a knowledge base attached with like an about the artist and a deep research pull, then I can start a conversation with tell me about my artist, and it like is a really good grounding sense of like, okay, cool, this thing is smart, it knows my artist, right? Some of the I think the next stage after this is like next week, once we get everything working and updated, is like doing like going back to how we were doing our evals, where it's like testing a query, and then here's the current response. It would be, here's a better version, tell me about my artist, and it gives me this gigantic, right now it gives me a gigantic paragraph, like, book about my artist. What would be better for the user? It'd be like just simple, improving responses and making it just the chat smarter with how it responds to the user to make it more conversational. But again, I could be off, and people could start using it, and we could. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Getting the data so that we can track what users are doing during free trials, what they're talking about, what they're clicking, so we can very easily see what we need to build next. I think that's the next.
Like a brilliant idea. Move from data.
Yeah. All right. Go do your thing, and we'll chat tomorrow.
Yeah. If you stuck around this long, give us a like, give us a follow, leave in the comments below. If you're more big brain than us and you understand the answer to the problem, please tell us. Or if you don't understand anything that we said, leave us a comment below. I always read through the comments. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.